Hello, my queens. It's your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. Okay, I am doing a daily. I'm kind of in that limbo spot between just finishing up all the weekend love readings and deciding what type of readings I want to do next. So just for the purpose of having something to upload for today, I'll just do a reading for the 17th, which is tomorrow, June 17th, 2018. This message is for anyone who comes to this video. No specific sign, just whoever is seeking answers, let them find it here. Spirit, Ascended Master, Spirit Guides, please give me an accurate message for June 17th, 2018. June 17th, 2018. For anyone who comes to view this video. Oh. We have fertility. Sowing season, harvest season. What are you doing? Are you sowing or are you harvesting? Depends on what it is that you want to plant or that you want to manifest. It is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So yeah, for some, you will be planting your seeds. You'll be out here sowing your wild oats. You'll be planting your seeds tomorrow. Starting something new, starting a new cycle, working toward, still planning something that you want to begin soon. And for others, like I said, it'll be that time of harvest where you actually give birth to a new thing. You act in a new way, which is something new. Here we have rabbits. Rabbits being like a symbol of fertility. There's two rabbits that are kind of just calmly around her. So I think it's like you being in a space where you can actually receive. I think you're in a space where you actually receive, because of course, in order to birth anything, you have to receive the fertilizer, Especially being women, we are receptive creatures. So we have to receive whatever it is that we want to create. And once you receive it in your spirit, that's when you can start to actually manifest it in 3D. So along with fertility, this is also a note to just remain receptive. Be very sure about what it is. It's not something that you can just kind of lollygag your way through. Whatever it is that you're really serious about and committed to nurturing, that's what will come forth for you. So you have to be, 100% clear on your intentions, because only focused intentions will suffice at this time. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Like, maybe Spirit needed me to say that to whoever it is that's watching. Maybe that's the kind of language that, you connect with. It will suffice at this time. Okay. What are major events or central figures that we can look forward to on June 17th, 2018? Major events, underlying themes, central figures coming into our lives. What is it that we can look forward to on the 17th? Okay. I pulled the Strength card and got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Whatever it is that you want to be petty about, you're better than that. On a side note, Father's Day is tomorrow, June 17th. We don't need those petty remarks. Sister girl, if nobody else understands you, I understand you. I have my fair share of opinions about the state of fatherhood in our current Western society. in the world. Hell, I have my opinions about the state of fatherhood. Not tomorrow. We don't need that. Aside from that, any uncertainties that you have, this can also be read that way. Any uncertainties that you have, insecurities, things that you may try to hide away from others, because you just don't want anybody to find out about this thing, any flaws that you try to hide, maybe trying to be this perfect person, knowing that, you're not equipped to be this perfect person. Basically, yeah, those insecurities, those flaws, it's like you can overcome them. You can find your strength to just stand up and be yourself and be proud of yourself. Like tomorrow is an energy of self-acceptance. I get self-acceptance from these two cards. Also just taking the high road, being the bigger person. Whatever conflict that you may have or whatever is like, you just, okay, I'm gonna store that away for some other time. Like it's like now is not the time. Like the tendency or the propensity, the urge, the impulse to roar and to assert yourself above another person is like, we're just gonna calm that down today. We're just gonna be this nice, calm maiden. We're gonna be cute. We're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna keep it stylish. And we're gonna let things be. Because the real strength is when you can just be quiet and allow things to happen. You don't have to force things. You could just be receptive to it happening. If there's a knowing that you've planted the seeds, that you've done all that you can, then all you can really do is stand. After you've done all you can just stand. There's really no need to fight anything, to be, vicious or ferocious. We're not really doing that. Tomorrow, we're just kind of chilling. Just being real chill. And just know that whatever it is will work out in your favor. Ascended Master Spirit, guys. What else is it that we can look forward to for June 17th? Okay, I have the Chariot in reverse. What else is it that we can look forward to on June 17th, 2018? Please give us a clear message. Let us know what it is that we can look forward to on June 17th, 2018. This message is for anyone watching. That's too many cards. Chariot in reverse, the King of Swords, Three of Staff, Death. If I need to pull anything after that, I will. The Chariot in reverse. This is like you have we are under the energy of having a tendency to look back in defeat. Like where you've been through something and you could look back and see it as, a victory, something that you have clawed your way through and have, conquered. It's like we may be looking back in a way that is negative, like viewing old past memories, but not allowing ourselves to see our victory from those past memories. It's almost like we're looking back with a sense of victimhood rather than feeling like you have survived and maneuvered your way out of it. So what you have to do is just take control of your thoughts here. We just really have to take control of our thoughts. Like we can't allow that, tendency to look back and pine away about something that's no longer, a part of our present life. We can't really allow that to bother you or to bring you down. Because whatever it is that you're up against, that you are trying to build or, renew or birth in your new life, that past, it's not a part of it. Basically, wherever you're coming from is nothing like where you're going. So we have to just completely grab a hold of that and become conscious of that. Like become conscious of old thinking patterns. Because at this time, whatever it is that we're trying to birth, the new cycle that we're going into, whether it be a new relationship, a new business, a new sense of spirituality, whatever it is like we've chosen this path. Like we are declaring and decreeing that this is the direction that we're going in. You know exactly what direction you're going in. You know, you have decided. You had other options, but you have decided, okay, I'm inspired to do this. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. This is what I want out of life. And in order to, you know, stay committed to that path, you can't really, you know, be looking back on things with a sense of victimhood. You have to let that die. And also in letting that die, you have to start thinking of it in a new way. Like death, you know, comes to claim the soul or whatever. You know, whoever this person was that felt like they weren't enough, death has come to claim that. Whoever it was that felt like, you know, I can't do this, or I'm not ordained to do this. I don't have this gift. I am not anointed. You know, I have not been appointed. I'm not high enough. I don't have the status. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. Whatever it was that you felt like you were not enough, where you felt inferior, death has come to claim that. He wants you off of your knees. Because in his hand here, that's the Ankh. That is bringing something, manifesting something from the spirit realm down into 3D. Like it comes out of just, you know, being in the ethers and becomes a concrete, tangible thing. So again, whatever this is that we're birthing here, this is a very fertile period. This is a period of fertility. And you being open to whatever it is that you're going to manifest in your life. You can't straddle the fence now. This is not a card of straddling the fence. This is a card of, okay, I've made my decision. It is what it is. I said what I said. You know, this is walking the talk. So whatever it is in this back, this major arcana is like trumping that major arcana that's in reverse, where you were looking back on something that you really are victorious over. Like maybe you're ignoring the fact that I survived it. Whatever it was, I'm still here. I'm still standing. Like you're still standing. The fact that you even have the ability to sit where you are right now and reflect on something without being in harm's way. The fact that you can rest and even reflect on something, as opposed to being in survival mode, constantly fighting, constantly struggling. The very fact that you have a period of rest to even look back on something, that speaks volumes about you being victorious over the situation, where you don't have to continue to, you know, worry or stress or be anxious. That you can even rest is a testimony itself. So we have to kill that part of you that felt like maybe you're not enough. That part of you that cowers because of things that you experienced in your past. I'm hearing PTSD. Like a lot of people may feel like they are hindered by PTSD. And it's because you're still giving so much power to something that is no longer part of your present. Like time is an illusion. One could argue that something that happened to you 10 years ago didn't even happen. I know for someone who's going through the pain, you can't tell that person that it didn't happen because they're still holding on to it. But I'm telling you, that having been through my own pain myself and completely understanding where you're coming from, you can heal PTSD. That may be a current diagnosis, but that doesn't have to always be a diagnosis. Like you don't have to always claim, you know, I have PTSD. You know, I can't do so and so and so and so because I have PTSD. Like you're in a period where you have pretty much the whole universe supplying you everything that you need. And if you just have the faith the size of a mustard seed and plant that mustard seed, you can literally have whatever it is that you're looking for. You can have it. You know, whatever pesky thoughts that are within you, you can overcome that. You have the strength to overcome that. You've come to a point where you can overcome that. So no mental diagnosis, because one could argue that that's a mental diagnosis that one no longer accepts. No mental diagnosis. I've been diagnosed manic depressive, aka bipolar. And yeah, I clearly understand why I had that diagnosis at that point in time. And I also understand that I still carry that energy within me that could cause me to act bipolar or embody the bipolar diagnosis if I choose to indulge in that energy. But if you have the strength, you can calm that beast. You don't have to allow that beast to run you, or you don't have to be afraid of it. You know, when you have those issues and those mental issues or mental illnesses, or, you know, problems with depression, the things that just, you know, the problems that ride our mind, that attack our mind, you don't have to stay in that energy. It can be transformed. The death card can also be like transmuting energy. So taking everything that you've been through and using it to fuel your commitment to a new path. But you have to be mentally grounded enough or mentally strong enough to get past this looking back and feeling like you are a victim. You need to start looking back and feeling like you are a survivor, because you are a survivor. The fact that you can even look back on it says that you have survived it. You're not going through it anymore. And if you are still going through it, this is the time where you can start making changes. There's a lot of shifts going on, a lot of big things happening in the cosmos. And that ain't doing nothing but giving us the energy to make these changes within ourselves. The micro reflects the macro. So whatever's going on in the heavens, we can utilize that energy and make it happen with us here in the 3D or in, you know, the earthly realm. So let's see, 4, 7, 5, 12 is 3, 7, yep, 10, that reduces to 1. You can start a whole new cycle here. Just like this card is saying, the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. You have to make that decision to make changes. You can't wait on nobody else to make the decision for you. You have to be the decision maker. When you carry that sword, that's a lot of that mental power. That's a lot of responsibility. The King of Swords has been through a lot, and he's done a lot of research. And at the point of doing a lot of research and becoming informed, you can no longer act ignorant. You can no longer blame ignorance. This is like know better, do better card. You learned a lot from whatever it is that you went through. The Cancer card, the Cancer weekend reading was talking about people noticing you because of who you are, because of telling your story about the things that you've conquered. And that Cancer energy is here. Like instead of, because I know Cancer does a lot of, you know, holding on to the past. Instead of holding on to it and feeling like, you know, I was done so wrong, think about what happened and how it made you the person that you are today. And all the right things that you're able to do today as a result of having learned the wrong way to do them in the past. It's like you have to be in total control of your thought process in order to fully take advantage of this energy that's going on, you know, tomorrow. And I'm sure it won't just be, you know, strictly on the 17th. Energy is very fluid, so it could start a couple of days early and then fade away a couple of days after. But I'm just saying, for this particular reading for the 17th, for whoever it is that comes and views this reading, this is the energy that you have. This is the I'm taking my life back energy. And you definitely have the support of, you know, all the ascended masters, Jesus, the Buddha, You know, all of the big figures in all of our religions. You know, Muhammad. You have all of their energy behind you. You have the energy of all the angels. You have the energy of all of your loved ones who have transitioned over, but who still watch over you. For those who've recently lost a grandmother, like I'm just being guided to say your grandma, oh my God, don't have me in here crying. Like, I only have one grandparent. All the rest of them died before I was born. I just have one grandma, and me and her are not even that close. So this emotion that I'm feeling right now is not from me. From someone who just lost their grandma. Grandma's watching over you. Grandma is watching over you. Nana is watching over you. I don't call my grandma Nana. So I hear grandma, granny, and Nana is watching over you. And you have the energy, you know, of protection, the energy of fertility here behind you. So move forth in that power, knowing that you can pretty much overcome anything. That you can overcome anything, you can do anything, that you are more than a conqueror. And once you set your mind to it, that you can have it all. See the big picture. Be the bigger person. Fly high tomorrow. Be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. Okay, Spirit, I get it. Be the bigger person. And you being the bigger person, taking the high road, being able to see the big picture and what's going on, that's going to be what helps you in moving forward. You may be going through a court battle and somebody is like trying to take low blows, but you have people watching you. You have people in high places watching you, and they're watching how you conduct yourself and how you don't get out of character. And that's going to be what, you know, persuades them in your favor. The sun is setting on situations where you felt like, you know, somebody was against you. You felt like somebody was bigger than you, or somebody was, you know, controlling over you, or somebody was mentally abusive to you. Like maybe they called you stupid, or they would tell you you're not really worth nothing, or nobody really wants you. Like they would talk to you when you would cower. That period is over. Like before you would just put up with it. Now you're like, nah, I'm moving on. I've taken my life back. Like that's probably what I'm going to name this video. I'm taking my life back. It's deep. It's so many different ways this energy could go, but the things that I've said, like that's what's really, you know, that's what's really coming to me as far as like spiritual insight or what my intuition is telling me. But yeah, the sun is setting on those days. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I'm feeling good. All right, y'all, thank y'all for watching. I'll be back with another reading. I don't know exactly what type of reading it'll be. I'm still figuring that out. But yeah, just be on the lookout. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.